this evening. We now know at least one person is dead and 3 people had to go to the hospital after a shooting at the Walmart in Beaver Creek. We're talking about the store on Pentagon Boulevard. We have live Team 7 coverage for you if you're just joining us. News Center 7's John Bedell is in the shopping center where this all happened. And our Brandon Lewis got to the scene within just minutes of our team hearing the shooting over the scanners. Brandon, it's still very active there. We see a lot of police lights behind you.
That's right, Gabby. All these hours later, still an active scene. Plenty of investigators still on the scene right now as we get closer to 11:30. Want to just walk this way? So we have the grocery store entrance just straight ahead. Plenty of law enforcement vehicles. We have the sheriff's office here. I can't tell the other departments, but it looks like Fairborn maybe all the way in the distance by the entrance. And what we've been seeing all night are investigators, deputies, officers at that grocery store entrance. We have crime scene tape sectioning off this area, so obviously no one is allowed inside as this investigation plays out. We've had so many people come up to us asking what was going on this evening. We did tell them that we have confirmed that there was a shooting inside. I spent the evening talking to witnesses who were inside here. One woman very shaken up. I think she was with one of her sons. She said she was in here. She saw the shooter go past her. She went on Facebook and let everyone know kind of what was going on, but obviously too visibly shaken up. She said this is something that she is never going to forget. She was still in shock after this happened. She was just done giving a statement to police, explaining to them what she saw, what she heard this evening, so she didn't feel comfortable going on camera. She didn't drive away after she talked to me, just gave me a little conversation in her car and told me what she heard tonight. But a lot of people here in shock and didn't feel comfortable talking with us, but the people I did talk to said they were inside here, they heard gunfire, they got out as immediately and quickly as possible, and still just trying to wrap their brains around what happened here this evening, Gabby.
Well, and Brandon, you said that you see a group of employees. Were you able to talk to any of them, or did they say anything to you as they were leaving the store? Where are they right now?
So there is a Burger King right by this Walmart. So at some point, so it's just over there. So earlier this evening, they were all huddled over there. And it looks like that was the area where police were talking to witnesses and people were giving statements. A little standoffish over there. So we gave the employees their space. So we did not get a chance to talk with them. But it looks like a lot of them are probably gone this evening. So didn't get a chance to exactly go one-on-one with those employees, Gabby.
Well, listening to you and those customer stories had to be a very frightening experience for them. Brandon, we'll check back with you in just a little bit. Our Team 7 coverage continues now with News Center 7's John Bedell. We were hearing from witnesses, and John, I know you've been working to talk with police, and at one point you said, even someone from the city said, at some point we should expect to be hearing something from a news conference.
Yeah, that was what Beaver Creek's communications manager for the city, Gabby, she told us in the last 30 minutes now. At some point tonight was her words. One of their captains, Captain Scott Molnar, who we deal with a lot here at Channel 7 when we talk to Beaver Creek Police, at some point, Captain Molnar will be the one to come over here and talk to us about what they know about what happened here. As you can see, the remaining police presence here all across this shopping center where the Walmart's kind of the anchor, at least for this part of the shopping center. A lot of Greene County departments, mostly Greene County departments left. Beaver Creek, of course. I've seen some Fairborn cruisers, Sugar Creek Township, the Sheriff's Office, Wright State PD, Gabby, which is just down North Fairfield Road. If you're familiar with this part of town, when you're getting off 675 North, if you hang a left off the highway, within about a minute, you run right into the Nutter Center parking lot and campus. If you hang right off the interstate, you're right here in the thick of this mixed-use retail. A lot of restaurants, a lot of stores, there's hotels, there's the Mall of Fairfield Commons is right across the street here. So with as close as Wright State is, I talked to 2 Wright State freshmen who told me that they got a campus-wide public safety alert about what was going on here. Their last day of class is tomorrow before they hit Thanksgiving break. 2 of them, these 2 women I talked to, they were getting dinner just down the block here, Gabby, after one of them just had finished a shift at their job not far from this area, and I'll have them pick up what they say happened next at that point.
So we were grabbing some food around the area. There's obviously a lot of cop cars, and we were trying to figure out just what happens since we're Wright State students, this is our area. And they just kept coming in, and we kind of asked someone. They said that there was an active gunman, and we saw it was a lot going down. We started counting the cop cars. We got up to like mid-30s, and there was just more coming in. And then we just started seeing dogs and big just it was a lot going on.
So you heard her mention dogs. Those two women told me that they watched all these police cruisers that were rushing here, lights and sirens on, all lining up along the shopping center, getting out of their cruisers. And they described to me, Gabby, every single officer getting out of their car and sprinting, their words, into the entrance. They talked about some of these officers having police dogs with them. They heard those dogs barking as they were rushing into the store with their handlers. All those officers, these two Wright State students told me, had guns drawn as they sprinted into this entrance over here where you see that white box truck. That is Ohio BCI. They're with the Ohio Attorney General's office. A spokesperson for the AG's office has confirmed to News Center 7, confirmed to me, that they have been asked to be here by Beaver Creek Police to help process the scene. So they're going to document and collect evidence, but their role is one of support. And any information that the AG's office said will come from Beaver Creek Police. So as soon as we have those new details from BPD, we'll, of course, bring them to you right here on Channel 7. We're live in Beaver Creek tonight. I'm John Bedell, News Center 7.
All right, John. And just a couple of weeks ago, there was a fire there. And, in about 10 years ago or a little less, there was an officer involved shooting there. So a lot of people, they're reflecting on this Walmart and they're thinking back. There's been a lot of things that have happened there recently. Have you been able to talk to anybody else there that is just bringing up some of the past there, saying this is scary because of the past?
Well, it is, Gabrielle. And that was when I got the text about what was going on here tonight, because I was here in 2014, as were you, covering the tragic death of John Crawford. That was the first thing that came to mind for me, was what happened here in 2014, where, as you mentioned, he had picked up that unboxed air rifle. It was on his cell phone. The 911 caller in the store thought he was carrying a real gun. And, of course, Beaver Creek Police rushed here after that 911 call and shot and killed John Crawford inside this Beaver Creek Walmart. So that was, of course, the first thing, Gabrielle, that I know a lot of people thought of when you hear something like this at this same store. Brings back a lot of different emotions for a lot of folks because of the history of this store in particular here in Beaver Creek.
Well, I know you mentioned we want to be accurate. We want to be right when we're giving out the information. So we'll be waiting for the news conference. John, thank you as always for your excellent reporting out there. And we'll check back with you shortly. And we're going to keep you updated throughout this newscast, making sure you have our WHIO News app. And of course, you can learn any new updates immediately as we get them confirmed. We will be here all night gathering new information and have everything we learn on News Center 7's Daybreak. When you get up at 4:25 a.m., you see there Letitia, Nick, and Xavier. They will keep you up to date with all the new information. That's at 4:25 through 7 a.m.
And now your Storm Center 7 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Austin Chaney.
And the weather is starting to go downhill a bit across the Miami Valley. The rain is moving in, and eventually that rain is going to get heavier, and the wind speeds will be picking up as well. Here's the latest scan of live Doppler 7 radar. Obviously, the rain a lot more widespread than what I showed you earlier at 5 and 6. And you can see it's just marching in here from the south. Some of the steadiest and heaviest rain right now is falling through parts of Preble County. You see just north of Camden there. And then also a pretty good amount of rain coming right through the downtown Dayton area. And all of us are going to get in on the action at some point because look down to the south. That's a lot of water coming our way. Expect a sloppy commute as we get going tomorrow morning. Live outside right now in Detroit, the light rain that we've had has been enough to get the roads wet. But again, this is just on the lighter side compared to what I think is going to be rolling through here in a couple hours. So as you plan out your day tomorrow driving-wise, tomorrow morning is by far the time frame of the day where you need to be most careful and give yourself the most time to get to your destination. Expect a lot of the spray coming off the trucks and the cars in the morning. Obviously, it's dark prior to sunrise, which just adds a little extra level to it. We go into midday. The rain's getting out of here. We are improving the situation. We are mainly dry by the time you are driving home tomorrow evening. Here's the latest on Futurecast. The rain just gets steadier and heavier right on through daybreak tomorrow morning. Stop the clock 5:30. We are covered up with that widespread light to moderate and some heavier pockets of rain through the morning hours. It just stays with us right on through 8 in the morning, tapering off there by about 10 a.m. with some scattered activity into the afternoon. But look at the winds combined with it as well. As you're driving to work tomorrow morning, we could have some gusts in excess of 30 miles an hour. Of course, our Storm Center 17 with Brittany Ritz and Nick Dunn will be breaking down those conditions, showing you what the roads are like tomorrow morning. Storm Center 7-day forecast shows after a not nice day tomorrow, we are improving on Wednesday with a gradual clearing. Thanksgiving looks nice, mostly sunny and 50. Cooler for Friday and the weekend. And I guess that's my cue to send it back to you, Gabby.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Austin, and we'll be right back.